The Chargers were beaten up all over the field in their first year. Doc has now become a serious threat to other teams in the LOSSA Senior Loop. But for Hughes, it's back to square one, a new school and a new challenge. Notre Dame Catholic High School opened their doors last September. A year later, they have a football team to call their own, and it's fitting the first team they would play is the Dennis O'Connor Chargers.
You know what? I can do that. Oh, together!
All right, there's a look at the Chargers. They get psyched for what they hope is a championship season, and they should be tough with a solid defense under new head coach Dennis Gazarek and a whole slew of returning players back with the team this year. One of the returnees is quarterback James Leckie, last year's LOSSA MVP. He hands off to Danny West, making his high school football debut. West uses all the skills he learned in the Pickering Dolphins organization to take the ball to the end zone and put Dennis O'Connor up by 19. Chris Weber leading the attack for the Notre Dame Cougars. He goes to the air looking for a receiver, but the ball is knocked away by the Chargers secondary. Weber found himself under siege for most of this game. This is Eric Martinez getting to the quarterback on fourth down. That sack is just one of many for the Ajax High School on this day. That sets up great field position for Doc. James Leckie, under pressure and hurried, still manages to find an open receiver, and he'll lumber across the goal line to give the visitors an astonishing 33-0 lead. This is just in the second quarter. The Cougars did have some success on defense. Dan West in a pivot, handing off, and there off the big tackle is Mario Tedesco. Give credit where it's due. That is a loss of 3 for Doc. But on the next play from scrimmage with the Chargers, with the razzle-dazzle, the flea flicker finding a wide-open Keith Goding in the end zone. Goding back wearing number 81 this season. He's also a key member of the Chargers basketball squad. Still in the third quarter, Leckie back under center. This time he keeps. He turns a corner, gets some blocks, and he keeps going. He finds the end zone like a dog would find a flea. 41-0 now for Dennis O'Connor. And this may have been the biggest play on offense for Notre Dame on the afternoon. Chris Rennie takes the ball and heads upfield, breaks a few tackles along the way. Rennie almost finding enough daylight to put the Cougars on the board, but not quite. Last play of the game, Rennie gets the ball again at the 2-yard line, looking for the first points of his team's history. But the stingy Chargers defense won't allow the Cougars a sniff. Dan Gazarek with the stop at the goal line. Dennis O'Connor starting off this season with a huge win. 54-0 is the final over Notre Dame in that school's inaugural game. Dan West had 3 touchdowns. James Leckie chipping in with 2. But the schedule gets a lot tougher for Doc next week as they face the B Division champions from last year, the Sinclair Saints.